G'day punters and welcome back to the Provide Picks podcast, episode 8 today. Just to start us off, you might, notice a glaring difference in the room right now. Obviously, there's only one bloke. He's extremely good looking and runs this podcast, and there is a gap next to me on my left where my co-host Doug usually is. Well, just to give you some context, Doug's been at a country music festival called CMC all week, and unfortunately he is late. I've been waiting for over an hour and haven't really heard from him. I'm hoping he's on the way soon, but I believe he had an issue with his car, or he hired a van for the weekend and the battery went on that, and I don't actually know how he's getting home or if he's gotten home, but I'm well, judging by that, I'm guessing he's. I'm guessing. Welcome. How you going?
You're not live,
We are live, yeah.
Why the fuck did you start without me?
Well, it had been an hour, and I thought it's probably time to start. And look who has turned up for the podcast. Hour and a half late in a Maroons jersey.
What do you mean? This is my normal clothes.
Show the belt buckle to the camera as well.
Texas! Texas!
Welcome.
Hey, how are you, brother?
How was Country Music Festival?
You started earlier, did you?
No, started late actually. I know you had some some issues with your car breaking down, but
Yes.
do you think that's all right to be late for the podcast?
It's the daylight, so they're having a bit of technical difficulties here with the hat and the fucking... That's going to have to go, I think.
Could go on top of the hat, or the hat on top of the headphones.
We'll work it out, but I'll tell you my story.
Go.
So Queensland's actually an hour behind, so I'm actually half an hour early, technically.
Okay, well it's 6:30.
So that's...
What time do we normally film?
Oh, we've chop and change. We chop and change.
It's true.
It's 5:30 in Queensland time. I'm running on Queensland time.
So tell the viewers quickly, how's your weekend at Country Music Festival?
Oh, it was-
Clearly, judging by the outfit, you fit
By
in
what?
pretty well.
Well, the outfit.
Yeah,
What outfit?
what you've got on your body right now.
I wear this every day.
Okay, are you a Queensland fan?
Big Queensland guy. I've got a big Queensland story today to talk about.
Look in the camera and say you're a Queensland fan on camera.
I can't do that. I can't do that. It's already bad enough being a fat redheaded. I'm not going to say that.
How was it anyway?
It was glorious, mate. I had a great weekend. Thank you for asking. It was a big one. I went up on the Tuesday I went up. Got back. Thanks for the applause, guys. Love that. Got back on the half an hour ago, so it's been big. But here I am. Thanks for carrying the torch.
Any
for me.
highlights?
Highlights probably was drinking every day on the mid-strength bourbon and cokes, which did about fuck all. So we went straight back onto the beers, full-strength beers. Great Northerns taste like water.
Yeah.
Probably why you can drink so
Sensational.
many.
Yeah.
But no, it was great, mate. It was good weather. Good. Got up there back in one piece. So
Very good.
how about yourself? What'd you get up to?
I worked all weekend. Just sort of ticked along there. Nothing too exciting. Went out for a dinner and we watched a bit of footy, and that was about it.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty quiet weekend for me, which was good.
Pretty stock standard, I think.
Pretty much, just ticking along. But I reckon, without further ado, we get into it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because before we get into our recaps, there is a huge, your phone's over there if that's what you're looking for.
That is what I'm looking for. Excuse me, podcast listeners.
There is a huge story in the news world of rugby league at the moment. And obviously, it is about Daly Cherry-Evans leaving the Manly Sea Eagles at the end of the 2025 season. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. This really felt like it came from nowhere. Like, I know in the past sort of, I'd say like 4 weeks, there's been a few, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a few, interesting look there. There's been a few like little news stories about Daly's playing career and future. None ever that were giving the inkling that he was leaving but more that he wanted he wanted to play on.
It's the most bizarre thing I've seen. Like, I've just been sort of catching up with it. Even like the radio stations in Melbourne are talking about how it's just sort of unfolded on live TV kind of thing. Like it was almost choreographed.
Have you ever seen a rollout like that before?
No.
It's unbelievable.
Not just to be like, we'll be back from the ad break.
Yeah.
We're back from the ad break, and we've just spoken to Manly CEO
100%.
and owner, and he doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
100%. So, yeah, I wanted to talk a bit more about that. So, I guess where we should start is probably to give a bit of background to, I don't know, if you haven't heard about it, you're under a rock or you don't really like NRL. But, I guess to start, I mean, again, he'd been under the radar slightly because I think of the whole Dylan Brown situation being so big. Like, no other player movements really were getting, like, that much, intrigue and interest compared to Dylan Brown, who, had been rumoured for like a couple of months now, and the player management had sent things to other clubs to get interest and whatnot. So there'd been rumours for ages, but the Cherry-Evans thing really come from nowhere. I think a few things that are important to note. Obviously, people are talking about the age of DCE.
Yeah,
he's the oldest player in the NRL.
Is he the oldest player in the NRL
right now? Yeah,
I would have thought it'd been my boy Cody Walker. Must be very close.
He's 36. I don't know how old Cody Walker is, but. The oldest person to ever play in the NRL was Paul Gallen. But if Cherry-Evans gets his contract, which he will, he'll be the oldest player to ever play NRL.
Yeah, but Paul Gallen doesn't count because when you play on fucking steroids, you fucking pretty much play 10 years younger, right?
Yeah, well, you're talking about a premiership hero right there.
Yeah, fucking hero.
But yeah, obviously the age is one thing. But just, about his age, like, he is the least 36-year-old you're ever going to see. Like, rarely injured, very rarely injured. I think he's only been injured like 30 games his whole career. He's played like 350 games.
Yep.
So like his age really doesn't feel like it's a huge issue because he hasn't shown it. He's fit as fuck, like wins all the time trials still. He's clearly just like an athletic freak and a competitive beast. So, I mean, that's one thing. Obviously, another thing is like the previous backflip to the Titans back in the day.
Oh, fuck.
That was like 10 years ago now, but
doesn't that flown past?
I mean, that was a huge story at the time as well. And now another thing to mention is obviously Cherry's manager, who also manages Reece Robson and James Tedesco, two Roosters. Will be Roosters next year.
Is Robson gone on the Roosters
next year?
Oh my God, that's fucked.
So just something else to put in the mix that just makes his story so interesting. But yeah, it to me it's like the most political and planned like launch of a story in the media in quite a while. To me,
I 100% for our sport. Like, I mean, everything sort of kicks off with all the contract negotiations. Like we've had Moses over the years, and Dylan Brown and stuff like that. But to see how it's unfolded, it's almost like it's been staged.
Yeah.
But like you said, like Cherry-Evans does not play like he's a 36-year-old by far. Like I actually really, as much as I don't like Manly too much, like most people, I'd say and he's a Queenslander too. I'm sound like I'm loving the bloke. I know I'm repping the gear today, but I would love for Cherry-Evans to come to South. I mean, it's a bit late now because
every team would love him.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking maybe not so much now with Humphreys fucking playing so well and emerging, but like he'd be handy for fucking any team. Like the
100%.
Roosters are a perfect example.
Yeah.
But fucking, I would hate for him to go to the Roosters, man. So.
Yeah, so I guess just a bit more background. Obviously, it all unfolded last night, really, and it was pretty crazy to see like how it happened. There was a report that came out with the Fairfax media paper that said Cherry is not interested in playing in 2025. At the same time, he was on that. It was like Footy Insights podcast. It was like a live show with. It was Buzz. Oh, it was Buzz on 360. I think Buzz was on 360. Yeah, there was a couple of those other journo mugs with him. And he was live and he said, "Yep, I'm not playing at Manly in after 2025." And they were asking him questions, saying like, "Was there ever an offer? Did they table an offer?" And he said, his words were, "They never tabled an offer to me. They said, if another club gives you an offer, we'll give you an offer," and that was pretty much it. So they've clearly lowballed him and said, if someone else is interested, we can talk. And I don't know if and this is all just rumours and things like that, but I mean, that's pretty disrespectful to a club legend who's been there over 10 years.
Grand finals, Clive Churchill's
captain of your club, been there 10 plus years.
He's the captain of Queensland, the second best halfback in the comp.
He's still top 3 halfbacks in the whole comp.
That's right. He's the best halfback of the second best football state in Australia.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's taken that as disrespect and, gone, oh, fuck this, I'm looking elsewhere.
But what are Manly thinking with all their, like, who's the backup? Where they've just sent their backups to...
But that's why it makes it even more interesting. It's like, why have you just gotten rid of Latu Fanu, Jamie Humphreys?
What do they have up their sleeve, potentially?
Maybe, potentially, but
who's out there on the market?
There's no halves on the market. You get Galvin, but he's not a half. He's a 5'8".
I mean, if Brown hadn't gone to the Knights, that would be some sort of, maybe...
Does that play into it as well? Like, has Cherry seen the value of Brown and gone, I'm worth far more than that peanut?
Most blokes are, yeah.
Yeah. Has he done that and gone, fuck that, I'm going to test the market? Because there's clearly, halves are pulling their weight at the moment.
You'd think that going back to a Queensland team would be the... But it's like, you can't go to the Broncos because Reynolds and Hunt are going to have at least one...
We'll talk about potential clubs after the whole situation, but... Yeah, so he's on Footy Live saying, never got an offer, blah, blah, blah. I wanted 2 years. They didn't give me anything. They only gave me, 1 year potentially, blah, blah, blah. And as they were live, NRL 360 were also live with Braithen Astor, Buzz Rothfield, I think Gordon Tallis and some other fuckwit. And
Reedy.
Yeah, Reedy. And they were on it talking about it. They went to an ad break. They come back and said, we've just been in touch with the Manly CEO. He's tabled DCE 2-year offer. And then as the other show was on a break, they come back and they go to DCE. They've offered you a 2-year deal. Are you interested? And live TV, DCE goes, look, respectfully, thank you, but no. And just completely turns them down. Like, if that's not a fucking big dick swing and move right there, just to go, yeah, thanks for the offer, but no, respectfully, no.
And, this bloke's fucking suiting up for him this week.
You can almost put a line through Manly for the rest of the year, right?
Unless they fucking go, all right, how about this? And he goes, yep, done. But he literally just come out and said no.
When have you ever seen a club do well with turmoil internally? Because, and people don't know if there is issues with him and Seabold, but clearly there is, because you don't go to market like this and do the whole press tour and do it and handle it this way if there's not turmoil. Like, if there's not turmoil, you go, okay, you've been good, I'm going else. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to do this whole press political tour.
Could he backflip on what he's already said, to get a bit more juice? Like he said,
he's done it before.
That's what I mean. Like, he said, yeah, nah, no thanks. And then Manly go, oh, fuck. How about this much more? And he goes, all right, yeah, no worries. And then they takes that. Like I said, I can't see him being at another club. Like I said, I know he's at that age now where he's like most players do. They play for a whole, their whole career at one club, and they go, oh, I'm just going to play one at my, team I supported or my local club. So that's, it's
like the clearest drop ball from Manly I've ever seen. Like, to not give this guy 2 years, it's not like he's like it's very similar to you, like with the Reynolds situation at South, right? Difference being Reynolds far more injury prone and, wasn't at the level overall that DCE's ever been. Like, DCE's a touch above him. So to not give that guy 2 years when he's fit as fuck, he's barely injured, he's still playing amazing footy, and he's holding that team together. I don't understand. I really don't.
And just going back on to the whole Reynolds thing, maybe Reynolds isn't quite a DCE. He's not. Not saying he's not far off. I think he's great.
He's great.
The thing is, it's what he does for the team. Look how South have been
100%.
Without him.
100%.
They've relied on Walker to lead the team. Like I said, obviously there's been injuries, and Walker played halfback last year. It's not his ideal position. He didn't have that support play, but he made the whole Rabbitohs spine over the years, as well as pretty much everyone on the field, play better off the back of the way how he plays. And he's a great leader. He doesn't seem like he seems like he's a quiet sort of reserved guy, but the things he does on the field what he did for South over the years were incredible. We miss him so much. And literally up until the start of this year with Humphreys coming in, it's been a massive void there. And I honestly can't see how well Manly will go without him, because they rely so much on Tom Turbo. But how much do we see him sit on the bench with injury?
Yeah.
That's already happened once this year. He didn't play on the weekend, but massive. I'd love to see how it's going to unfold in the next week or so, but it's pretty big.
I mean, it's a huge story. Like I touched on before as well, he has the same player manager who manages Tedesco, manages Robbo, and they've both, obviously Teddy went from the Tigers to the Roosters in a bit of a, it wasn't a controversial... Well, it kind of was. It was a big move at the time, obviously, losing Teddy, because he was their guy that they were going to bring up, and he fucked off to the Roosters. It's very reminiscent also of the Cooper Cronk leaving Melbourne at the end of his career and going to Roosters and winning the comp or 2, whatever it was. It was definitely 1 comp.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
Yeah.
The one I think one he was injured for potentially, or maybe it was, yeah.
He was there 2 years, won the premiership and, got big money. I think another factor that comes into it has to be Uncle Nick, for the Roosters. He has the best connections, has whatever he's doing, it's working clearly. And if DCE is looking for a role in the media after, who's to say he isn't tabling him an offer going, I know, your value is probably upwards of 800, around that. And he goes, okay, here's your 2-year contract you wanted, 850 a year, a couple of brown paper bags under the table, and we'll set you up with a media gig at Channel 9 when you're done.
Yeah.
That's enough to make any bloke move, right?
There's so many, 100%, so many theories, and it's but he's I feel like he'd have it pretty cushy being in Manly and the Northern Beaches. Obviously, if he didn't like being there 10 years ago, he would have probably moved somewhere else potentially. But
yeah.
I mean,
he's a legend of that club. I was listening to the Hello Sport boys, were obviously Manly fans, and they were talking about it the Savo, and I was having a listen to that just to get a Manly point of view. And they were saying that the Manly CEO should be offering DCE a percentage of the club potentially to keep him stay.
Who's a better halfback? I can't go back that far. You got your fatty Vortons, but I don't even think he played halfback potentially. But
who, for Manly?
Well, it's who's a better halfback for Manly ever? Not going back too ridiculously far.
Well, the only other club legend is like Bozo. I know a few people have related it with Bozo. And he left back. I mean, that's ages ago, but he left as well. I'm pretty sure in controversial.
And they had some serious halves of these. They had Cliff Lyons playing for him too, stuff like that. But it's DCE, yeah, wow. Yeah, it's going to be weird. I mean, do you any inkling of where you think he will end up? Where's your radar at for that? Couple of names. Well, like I said, I feel. I mean, it's not the obvious choice, but you'd think being a Queenslander at his age, maybe he'd want to go back there, but also maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he just likes being.
Maybe he doesn't want to move right now.
That's right. He's got a family and stuff. Maybe he actually likes it, but he just wants to change the scenery.
Yeah.
They reckon there's a 2-horse race at the moment between the Dolphins and the Roosters.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck would want to go to the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I can't see him going to the Dolphins with a new coach, a young team, when they're trying to develop Katoa and all the young players there, whereas the Roosters, he would slot straight into a team that sort of got the players there, but I mean,
it's got name value galore.
That's right. But the thing is, they could sign DCE, but then sign 4 more players before the end of the next year, and they got a whole new. They did just lose the cheese, but like you said,
frees up a bit of money.
Well, and I mean, they got Robbo to replace. Had Robbo there anyway, so they're probably making chess moves.
Plus, you got Tedesco, you got Crichton, you got Radley.
How many more years do you reckon
Connor
Tedesco's
Watson
got left?
Probably 2 or 3 as well, in that
potentially
area.
more.
Depends. He's had a lot of head knocks and stuff too. How
about Radley? He's got 1 left in him, surely.
Yeah, not if he keeps getting head knocks, but yeah, I think Roosters and Dolphins. Everyone's talking about them, but I reckon a sneaky little outside chance, especially if he does go to Queensland. The Titans. They are desperate for a pure halfback. They've
played with Foran again.
Back at Desi. Desi's the coach.
Yeah, but Foran's actually is he retiring? I think he's called it.
He might have. No.
He's either calling it after this year or he's called it because of his injury.
But regardless of Foran, they don't have a halfback. They've got 3 fullbacks who are sort of filling out their spine. You put DC halfback, you've got Jaden Campbell or Brimo at 5'8", and then you've got Kinney at fullback, or you can make moves around that. But DCE as that firm halfback would just round that team out so nicely. Can you imagine his kicking game mixed in?
Yeah, I mean, I think any team would love him. I would love to know how many offers he's got now after. People would not even in the
Bulldogs,
race.
Dragons.
Gross.
Who else would be interested in him? Brizzy probably can't afford him.
Tigers probably wouldn't want him. South probably wouldn't want him.
Yeah. I think most clubs would be interested to a point.
The Waz. Imagine if we went to the Waz, bro.
God. But just a crazy story. I can't believe it's happened. And I feel like you can almost put a pencil through Manly this year, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, like I said, I put a pencil through them when they lost to the Warriors, to be honest.
And what a weird time to do it too. Week 3 into the year, you've just come off a really good win against Raiders where you dominate them. Maybe it's smart too because they just dominated them. They're versing the Eels this weekend. Maybe he's going to get booed. The Manly fans aren't happy. He will get.
You reckon?
He will get negative backlash for sure.
Oh, that's what I fucking don't get me started on all these early year signings. If you're going to sign, fuck off now.
Yeah, it's
they
crazy.
Can't I know they got to obviously negotiate their next contract while they're on contract.
Yeah,
but it just sucks. I know DC's not the player that's sort of going to not give a shit and stuff like that, but it's like, I mean, watching Para play every week, and I don't reckon Dill Brown fucking wants to be there anymore. It's like, well, fuck him off. Like,
let him go.
Oh, I'm so curious. Is he playing at Brookvale this week?
Yeah, Brookie against the Eels.
Fuck, they're going to win by 40 because they never lose at Brookvale.
Yeah, they're going to be licking their lips.
Yeah, so there'll be another 40-10 game, especially with Turbo being back. But fuck, who knows? Wouldn't it just be funny to see him get dragged and they bring a bloke on? I don't think it's going to plan out like that. I don't think they're going to boo him. I think it's just going to be a matter of like, if anything, they're going to boo. They're going to put it on the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There will be negative reception. Like, regardless of whose fault it is, you don't really know about all the context behind the scenes like fully yet. No. I'm sure it'll come out eventually, but I mean, I cannot understand it from a Manly board perspective, letting two of your guns go with Humphreys, who's looking great in first grade, Latu Fainu, they've let go to the Tigers, and now they've let DCE, they've dropped the ball with DCE. So who's there next year?
I would love to know what they're fucking thinking, but it's... Like I said, what's going to happen with Manly for the rest of the year? I don't know, but it's going to be a good one to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, it's just why this space is so interesting. But anyway, we'll leave anything else to touch on there? We'll just keep moving.
Like I said, it's going to be one to watch unfold. But
I mean, watch a news space for the next couple of weeks. There'll be, I mean, that's going to open the player market right up. Like, DC goes to Roosters. There's going to be offloads, and Manly's going to be looking for a half. And
there'll be some good content.
For sure. It's content galore. So anyway, we'll keep it moving. Let's get into the AFL recap. So first game of the week we had, and everyone remember how these work. You got your
yes, I do.
Your banner. So
opening my notes.
We both put Sweet up. We talk about it 1-1. We don't talk about it. Has to be unanimous to talk about it. So Carlton versus Hawthorn. First game of the week. 3, 2, 1. Don't want to talk about it? Move on. I've got a note here that says Jai Newcomb Brownlow chat next to it, so I'm assuming you wanted to have a dig at me.
Yeah, look.
Regardless of him winning best on ground in that game. So.
Well, that was why I wanted to talk about it, because I was going to give you a bit of a, I laughed, and I still think it's a ridiculous take, but I thought it would be rude to leave out that I'm a fair man, and I thought that he was best on ground. And when we watched the Brownlow together...
Yeah. That's a... Lock that in.
Lock that in. We're doing Brownlow night together.
100%. And we'll be
fully suited.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is how you make fucking good content, people.
That's content right there.
And that one, in fact, we should put money on it because I know it's going to be a winner. We will throw the house. We can do that on Sportsbet. 3 votes will be John Newcomb for that game.
100%.
Correct.
100%. We both agree on that.
So that was just me. I just wanted to make note that I thought that was a nice little touch on my side. But he won't go close regardless.
Okay, well, we will see. But, nice win for him there. Obviously picking up a few points. Let's keep it moving. Friday's game, Western Bulldogs versus Collingwood, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Lead us off. Would you...
Sorry, I meant to do good. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, good. Go. Lead the
way. Actually, I'll let you do the obvious choice. I was going to talk about Collingwood getting absolutely fucking umpires galore.
Oh, didn't they?
Oh, and mate, like I said, I like the Pies like as much as the next... Oh, probably more than most people.
Than everyone, yeah.
But I was sitting there in that fourth quarter just watching it, and like I said, I was watching it with my partner and her parents who were diehard Pies fans, and I was just like, sucked in. Every call was going like their way. I was just like, mate, how do you guys not see that you're getting butted up right now?
It was actually funny because in the first quarter, I actually thought the Doggies got a few that they probably shouldn't have, and I was thinking, geez, Doggies are getting the rub of the green here, and then it just completely flipped. Yeah. And for the next 3 quarters, they just got any 50-50 they got.
I think you're right, because that first quarter when the Doggies had all the momentum with Darcy going off, I was just like, Pies are in trouble here. But typical Pies fashion, they fucking slow start, and then they just come back. They slowly, like I said, it was a great win for them.
But I don't know who wins more stock in that one, because I don't think Collingwood looked amazing. I thought their forward line looked pretty shit, to be honest. They're going week for week where they look good, look bad, look good.
I think every week we're going to have the same conversation. Fucking rocks or diamonds.
Yeah.
Round 0, Membry does fuck all, has about 3 touches, maybe kicks. I think he might have kicked an easy late goal, maybe.
Yeah.
Then kicks 4, looks incredible against Port.
I've got a hit out on Dan McStay. Bad.
I know. I had him in my bets too. So he looks so great, and I thought, he's like the lead-up guy now. He's like the target. Membry's there.
And against a backline who were decimated with injury. Buku comes in out of nowhere. We're in Footscray recording this. He's probably around here listening. He played really good. Lob played fucking outstanding as well. And they still, I thought... For reference, in the premium group, I tipped McStay +2 goals and +3 goals. They're both at pretty good plus money. He kicked 1-3, 1 goal, 3 behinds.
Yeah.
One behind was like the easiest miss from about 20 metres out. The other one had a player in the goal square, could have passed it, went for the shot, blazed it wide. And then the third behind was touched on the line. So to lose that one was horrific.
It was stiff.
Obviously, Doug's doubles went down as well.
By a fucking point.
Yeah, got hooked on that.
Yeah, it's tough. Like they in the fourth quarter missed so many. Like I mean, they won the game in the end, but they could have won by a lot more if they just converted on their scoring shots, which sort of goes to show how important it is to have a good forward line or blokes who can kick goals. Because
do we have the same player of the round?
No, we do, but like I said, obviously for content's sake, I've got it back up, but we can go on that.
I'm going to say mine now just to save time. Sam Darcy, player of the round. Yeah. For me.
Obvious choice.
Just unbelievable. Like, he is such a talent and so young and somehow so strong already. Like, he's obviously got every athletic gift in the world, being that tall and being able to jump and long and everything you could possibly want as an athlete. But just like strong hands in the like you can't teach stuff like that.
He fucking bathed Darcy Moore.
He gave Darcy Moore a bath. Like, he is what Aaron Norton thinks he is.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Don't you think?
Yeah, no, 100% agree.
And Kane Corns has been going on about it for ages, like calling Aaron Norton a star. He's like, he's not a star, but he showed Aaron Norton like how to take a mark properly, firm hands.
When he marks it at the highest point, it's like fucking 3 meters in the air, man.
How do you can't spoil it. You literally can't.
It's honestly going to be so cool to watch him sort of go.
Yeah.
Because it's not like when you got like blokes like Tom Hawkins, like he's fucking
big unit,
wider than he is tall, whereas Darcy hasn't got much meat on him at the moment, but it's just like, he's like a taller, 10 times better, 20 times better version than Eric Hipwood.
Yeah, 100%.
In a way.
And even like his ability to get up the ground, take the mark, and then like find the kick downfield was pretty impressive. Like, he was hitting targets. Like, he's not only a great mark and a great contested mark, he's a great shot at goal. Like, he's a pretty good shot.
Yep.
And he's also like a great field kick too.
Yeah. So he's already been a very good player, but it was like a Friday night spotlight breakout game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's glazing, because I agree, but like I've been hearing a lot of buttering up from me. Oh, he's going to be the next best thing, the first $2 million player. And to be fair, he plays a key position. He's unreal. But I still like, the test for me is when they play a GWS against Taylor, the Blues. I mean, the Blues are shit, but they're going to put Whittier on him for at least a stint, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
All these teams with these guns and half up, Harris Andrews, players like that. If they go to him, I'd like to see how he'd go against them. Regardless, it's going to be hard to mark.
Yeah. But even like. Even if he doesn't do too well against them, like Darcy Moore, regardless of what you thought of his year last year, before that, like one of the elite key defenders, he's had a little bit of a drop-off, but it's pretty impressive to just give him a bath like that.
No.
And I actually thought he did, Moore did better when I think they let Howe go to Darcy in like the second half sort of thing.
Well, he kicked 3 in the first quarter on Moore, then they sort of shuffled things around. He was relatively quiet, but the whole Footscray team were relatively quiet.
And that's what I was saying about who wins stock here, because I didn't think Collingwood were amazing, but Footscray VFL just did that to the Collingwood Pies, like with that many outs. Pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Libba was fucking unbelievable, 36 disposals.
Yep.
He's just a dog, man, with a bone. And
he's awesome.
He's so cool to watch. He's hilarious to watch, actually. Like, he runs around like an NPC. Just like pops up randomly, and I love Libba.
Yep.
But great game there. Fucking outstanding viewing, and so nice to have footy back like that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean, man. Like, it's just so hard to miss these games when they're on. Like I said, I was at the festival and I actually watched the majority of this game in the sports bar, the Head Bear.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, that was a great game.
All right, next game of the week we have Essendon versus Adelaide Crows. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yep.
I just wanted to say just quickly that Essendon is a shit. Fucking Zach Merritt. I feel for you, brother.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if you want to maybe roll over at training or fall off a ladder or something and claim the old workers' comp, because you are a worker and you deserve some comp.
Man.
Fucking Ben Mackay. We talk about Nico Hydens being the biggest waste of money.
Yes.
That's an all-time shit up. I thought Harry was bad. Ben's even worse. You know they're the same age as us?
Yeah, they're not doing enough, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not on fucking $1.2 million, but I reckon I can do a better job of him down back, and probably Harry too down forward, mind you.
And our podcast is better than theirs.
They got a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Of course they do.
Silly question.
Silly question, yeah. But yeah, other than that, Adelaide's forward line is by far the best and most exciting forward line in the AFL.
Really?
When we talk about teams like Collingwood, Sydney, and how we lack the forwards, I go to Adelaide and it's just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The great Tex Taylor Walker's like their fourth man up. The Thilthorpe, fucking Fogarty, Rankin when he slides around.
The fucking dipshit with the shit haircut. Keys.
Yeah, Ben Keys.
Rankin, obviously, when he goes up. Rochelle.
Yeah, and like I said, I owe Adelaide Crows and their fans an apology.
Did you put them in the bottom four?
Because I put them in the bottom four. I said there was nothing sharp about them. I thought they were aging. They had no one to kick to. I didn't say I rated Isaac Rankin, stuff like that. And they've come out and just been walloping teams on the scoreboard.
Well, it's only round 3. They versed Saners and they versed Essendon.
If Adelaide keep winning, I mean, I know they're going to have their tests eventually, but I can't see Jordan Dawson not being a top 3 Brownlow. He is fucking... I wish he was still the Swans.
They just have players that are going to take votes off him, though, is the thing. Like, Rankin is always going to be live to take a few votes from him, just like if he gets like 25 touches,
when you say that now, that was a pretty ordinary take. But
no, but I mean, he's got the talent. I completely agree. He's got the talent.
But then again, we said about Carlton. Carlton have all these, like last year, maybe the year before that too.
Yeah,
they had all these great standout players, but Cripps still managed to fucking pull the 3 every time.
Who's going to take? I mean, it's pretty hard for like a key defender to take votes. And he's like Wiedering's the second best player in that team. Sam Walsh has been a bit shitty for a little bit. Like
I mean, Kerno's not going to get him. Adam Chera's injured too much.
No, but you're right. No, I could see Dawson being up there. If they have like a great year, he'll be far up there. I think it's a good call.
But like I owe Adelaide one. I think I'm going to definitely watch their next game.
Well, it's only round 3. You never know.
That's right.
So no, I'm with you. They were pretty fun to watch. Essendon, they're doing better than I thought they would, to be honest. Like, they're scoring quite a few points.
They got a long way to go.
Yeah, they do.
Still,
I do feel bad for Zach Merritt too, because he's a fucking gun.
Yeah.
I always take him anytime goal scorer. I didn't on the weekend. He kicked 3 or 4, I think it ended up being.
Yeah, there was someone that I always take as well. I think it might have been Rosie or someone. Someone was paying big money as a midfielder to kick a goal, and I fucking watched. I was like, oh, of course.
All right, let's move on. We have Port Adelaide versus Richmond, 3-2-1. Yeah, don't care.
Richmond suck dick.
Yeah. Everything's right in the world again.
Someone pressed refresh. Port Adelaide are mid to good again, and Richmond are arse again.
Yeah, things are as they should be.
Yep. So let's just hope that. Well, I took Richmond winning only the over 1.5 games. Sorry, I took the under. So
they can't win anymore.
That's right. They cannot win anymore. Otherwise, I'm broke again. So not much to touch on there.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. St Kilda versus Geelong, 3-2-1. We're not going to talk about it. All I wanted to say is, like, it fucking irritates the shit out of me. Right after this game, all I heard was Ross Lyon glazing Ross. I'm like, were you guys glazing him last week when he lost by fucking 100 points to Adelaide? Like, what's the difference in like how they approach Ross? He wins this game against Geelong. He's a fucking genius. Was he a genius last week when they lost by 100 points? Like, the way they approach, how they talk about him is fucking disturbing. I don't understand it.
And to be fair, like I said, they beat Geelong, who are a great team.
Yeah, good. You beat fucking Geelong without Bailey Smith and Thomas Stewart, their best players.
That's what I was going to say. Like, how much of an impact did it go to show how much maybe of an impact Bailey Smith's made on the club since being there?
And at Marvel, like, Geelong aren't very good at Marvel. They did it last year. They shit the bed as well. So,
but yeah, that
people glazing Ross, they can fuck off. I've had enough of it already.
You seriously cannot take a bar of Ross Lyon.
No, I've had enough. Good on Jack McRae too. Looks like he's
superstar.
Yeah, looks like he's converted well to their system and getting leather poisoning. So good on him. Next off the bat, we have Brisbane versus West Coast, 3-2-1. And again, things are right in the world again.
West Coast with the greatest tease of all time.
They looked good in the first quarter, but it was funny. They were up by about 30 points in the first quarter, and I went to 365 and I had a look at the live line. I'm like, could be involved in a Brizzy bet here. They were $1.22.
Oh, God.
They were down by 30.
Yeah, right.
I was like, well, won't be happening. But
snooze fest.
Just wanted to give a shout out to Tyler Dewar. He had a great game. He's a young guy. Yeah. He dominated that first half for West Coast. I was really impressed by him. So, yeah.
Nice little shout out. Hopefully he sees it, eh?
Yeah, see that one, Tyler. Next one, North Melbourne versus Melbourne, 3-2-1. I
just wanted to touch on it because my player of the week, Tristan Sherry.
Okay.
He was fucking unbelievable.
Headgear.
Captained in my super coach and grateful for doing it.
What did he get?
140.
Oh, nice.
I think 100. Yeah. It's like 139 or something like that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, nice.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And obviously Melbourne looked good last week. They didn't get the result they wanted, but I still thought they were good. And like, I feel like for me, I mean, it's maybe another matchup during the year would prove it, but I think they're passing the torch for number one ruckman. He's going to go from Gawn to Sherry. Like, he was awesome. I don't know. I got big raps on him, not because he just wears the fucking wolf helmet all game running around in a head. Like, honestly, when I think of Sherry, I think of like my old pro club's virtual pro.
Yeah,
like,
I think of Jonathan Thurston.
He's the biggest, tallest player on the field, and he's got a headgear.
Actually looks like Magnet Head.
That's what I mean. Does he not look like a FIFA created player? How you'd make him?
He looks like my old Magnet Head.
Literally ridiculously big with a headgear. He just dominates. And like I said, Max Gawn has been the best ruckman in the comp for a long time. And I think just seeing how he touched him up in like Melbourne's midfield with Oliver and Petrarca in there, like they won convincingly. Like, could we? I mean, I had him for 6. I said I didn't. They're not in my bottom 4.
Who'd you have for 6?
Bottom, like they. No, sorry. I had him for 6 wins.
Oh, North. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, maybe they've just got that little bit of extra star power this year, and it's sort of, can we see them develop into like a...
It's a Sydney Swans effect, mate. They pick up Lou Parker, they pick up Constanti, both kick big goals.
Yeah, he was good for them, Parker. It's good to see that. But
yeah, it is good.
That's all I had really. Just wanted to mention Sherry shout out. So Tristan, keep rocking that fucking headgear, brother.
Yeah, and good on Zerha as well. I think he kicked like 4. They've always had like this like Larky mixed in. He's an elite goal kicker. Like he's a guy that every team would really want. And it's good to see them putting some wins together. So hopefully they go again this week.
Love the Kangas.
Yeah, I like seeing the Kangas do well. Last game of the week, we will be touching on this one. I can guarantee you that. Fremantle versus Sydney, 3-2-1.
Yeah, great fucking
What a win.
Yeah, great fucking win. I fucking told all the Freo fans they think they're undefeated at home. They can't be beaten. The Swans travel. 0-2 the Swans travel. They come from Sydney all the way to fucking Perth, and we maul you at your home ground. Get that up here. Freo is shit. Swans are the best. I'm the greatest. Frank's the best. Yeah. So, Simon from Grafton, if you're listening, go and fuck yourself, mate. You said they'd dust us, and they couldn't.
What a win.
Yeah.
Huge from the Tallers too. Look, I'm a massive Peter Laddams hater.
Yeah.
I despise him. He wears my favourite number 19 as well. I've never been big on him. I think I jinxed him to an injury at Marvel last year when we were watching, which I felt bad about. But look, credit where it's due. He played the best game I've ever seen him play. Bit of time in the ruck, a little bit of time up forward. McLean played probably the best game I've ever seen him play either. Like, his forward pressure for a big, tall, lanky idiot was great. He had a few really big moments, and I thought Grundy was really good too before he got subbed. I was pretty surprised that he got subbed, but you mix in, those tall. I mean, my issue is like, how often are those 3 peanuts going to have like an amazing game? Yeah, pretty rare. So I still think like Heaney needs to step up. He didn't have a great game.
Chad would have had his interview with Freo after the game.
Well, this begs the question, like, I don't know, man. I don't think Chad's leaving.
I don't think Chad's leaving.
The way he celebrated after the game, I know it's only, it's first win of the season. It's Cocky's first win. He looks pretty locked in, man. Like,
I don't think Chad's leaving.
His brother just got re-signed. I'm going on record. I think Chad stays.
I think Chad stays too.
Yeah.
Unless they offer him $2 million a year.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. But like I said, he's the Swans' best player at the moment, I think.
100%.
And I think the Swans are locking him up.
Yeah.
Because I think the Swans can afford him, to be honest, too.
And McCartan looked good back down back. Like, he obviously, I mean, Tracy's a really hard matchup because he's athletic and he's good in the contest. He's a good kick.
They've got great players for it. Don't get me wrong.
100%. Their forward line's pretty good. But yeah, what a great win by the Swannies.
Yep. No, happy about it.
And to do it at Freo, fuck, we needed that bad. We couldn't go 0-3.
Imagine that, just a fucking...
Now we're 1-2. We get the bye this week. Just keep climbing that ladder.
2-2.
And we did that without like 5 of our first team players.
That's
so
right.
Pretty impressive from us, I reckon.
No, huge
Shea
win.
Bolton, he's a pole smoker of the highest degree, to be honest with you.
Not a big fan of Shea.
Oh, mate, like, he's going at Chad Warner and like, they're having their fisticuffs and whatever. It's like, mate, focus on the game. Your team's down. Like, if I was his teammate, I would fucking want to knock him out.
Yeah.
Just like he just comes across a bit arrogant. Anyway, player of the round we already touched on, Sam Darcy for me and
Tristan Sherry
for you.
Definitely not Bronson.
Yeah, not Bronson. But that's the AFL recap. And
good recap.
We're trying to make up a bit of time, but that's okay. And the NRL recap. First game of the week, Thursday. We had Melbourne Storm versus Penrith Panthers, 3-2-1. We should touch on it.
We should.
Yeah. Grand final rematch. What do you think?
Goes to show how quickly things can turn for Penrith when Cleary gets rubbed out, I think. I mean, over the years, they've sort of managed with having Luai there and like a better team, but it's not the same now with this year. They struggled a bit. I still think there's some gaps. I can't really find the word for Melbourne.
Yeah.
But I still think they're going to be hard to beat regardless. But
Yeah, I didn't think either team was amazing.
it wasn't the best game, to be honest.
No,
was
I
it?
didn't think the quality was amazing in terms of the game, but I was really impressed with Jack Cole for Penrith. Like,
Yep.
that's the best game I've seen him have all year, definitely.
Had to step up.
Had to, and did really well. So, yeah, I was really impressed with him. And then, I thought Alamotti, when he moved to the wing, was pretty good.
He was always going to score a try.
Yeah, he was. But it was just like injury central. Like Hughes, broken hand. He's out for like 5 weeks now.
Yep.
Grant Anderson, my Pookie, which we cashed on. Love my Grant Anderson.
Nick Meaney.
Meaney fractured jaw. Anderson's actually not injured. He's playing this week.
Okay.
But he went off in that game. And then I think it was like a back row. It was like Katoa might have he went off as well a little bit injured.
Pappenhausen
Nah,
injured?
Pap's all right. But yeah, there's just injuries all over. So it was a bit of a weird game. Like obviously Cleary going off with HIA, and
Yep.
it's pretty innocuous sort of, don't you think? Like he hit his head on the ground and it doesn't take much, but it's a bit of an innocuous collision. And then that happened. And
Have you seen the team list for this week yet?
I have, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that anyway. I haven't seen them yet, so.
Yeah. So there's a few outs of Melbourne, but yeah, I didn't think either team were really particularly great. But it was a pretty exciting matchup. I thought Penrith did really well given they lost their leader, and yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on.
Yep.
All right, let's keep moving. Warriors versus Roosters, 3, 2, 1. What a shit game.
Shit as fuck game.
Shit game.
Shit teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to it.
Nah, dog shit. I tipped in the
Happy
group.
to see the Warriors win
Oh, yeah. Well, each to their own.
against the Roosters. Happy to see the
True.
Roosters lose, I should say.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, put 2 try scorers in the group. Had Nwanga Nindawase and
Well done.
nails it. And Dom Young, and none of them got across. Mark got across the line, but fucking did all the work and then knocked it on over the line, or went out, I think. And then Dom Young, this Robert Toya did not give him a bar of anything. So, yeah, 2 losses there. Next game of the week, we had Brisbane versus Cowboys, 3, 2, 1. Couldn't care less.
Fucking less Cowboys for me.
Another stinker from Walsh. Cowboys look like shit again. Nothing to say. 3, 2. Oh, sorry. Next game of the week.
Oh,
And we will be touching on this one. 3, 2, 1. Sharks versus South. Not too bad. Overruling.
Yeah, nah.
So obviously on the podcast last week, we had a TikTok dance forfeit. The line was 14.5.
That's fucked. It's honestly fucked. The line of the game is 18. I asked last week. I said 16.
To be fair, it was 14.5 when we were in here.
Potentially, but I knew that was too low.
Yeah.
I asked nicely to meet you halfway with 15. You refused. In fact, you offered the bet and refused to come back down to me. I feel like it's a bit unfair. You know what I mean? Like, nevertheless,
We've got video footage of you shaking on it.
nevertheless, a handshake rules over everything.
Yeah.
Do I regret doing it?
Yeah.
Yes. You know.
So if you didn't watch the match, we obviously had a 14.5 point head start, which means Doug would have won if South lost by 1 or lost by more than 14.
Yep.
And Sharks would have had to win by more than 14 for me to win. Obviously, they were up 26-0 with about 10 minutes to go. Rabbit scored 2 quick ones, convert them both as well to be winning by 14. I was watching with my cousin going, oh, I'm cooked here. There's no way they're going to score.
Fucking bullshit.
Sharks go 100 metres down the field. Dan Atkinson burrows through the line, gets held up on last. I think, fuck, well, that's it. I'm cooked. I'm going to lose by a point here. Who was it that knocked?
Fucking Tallis Duncan.
Tallis Duncan knocks it on with a minute to go. Sharks have a whole set of 6. They're not trying to score points. Like, they just wanted to run the game out. And then last tackle, Tricky Trindle, my boy, the buzzer goes, 0 seconds, and he kicks a field goal to make the Sharks win by 15 and to secure Doug doing the Charlie XCX Apple dance, which you will see on our socials very soon.
It was fucking hard enough to have my double lose by a point. After a $1.05 loss the week before, I not once thought South were going to cover that line. They were 26-0 down, so yep, they were never fucking going to go close. And I just laughed at it. And they came back, and I thought they're fighting. They're going to get there. And then Humphrey scores that amazing solo try, converts. I've gone, fuck, Humphreys is going to be the fucking, he saved us. And even then, I didn't think it was going to cover. And then I said, I fucking was waiting for something to happen. The try getting held up, I thought was the moment. And I thought, maybe not, it's my day. And then Duncan just decides to fucking throw the ball on the ground, essentially. Sharks half-ass a set of 6 and then decide, oh, fuck, let's kick a field goal. It's 3 seconds to go. And, the siren goes about fucking 10 seconds before he kicked it. And I just fucking watched a fan in the crowd go up, and I fucking threw my phone on the ground, and I didn't touch it for pretty much 24 hours.
Yeah, I didn't get a reply. I don't think I got a reply for the next 36 hours from you, so I knew it had hurt you deep. But
It fucking cut me up.
it'll come. It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
You'll get one back on me. Don't worry.
Yeah, fuck, yeah, that's right.
So that's all good. Next game of the week, we had Dolphins versus Tigers 3-2-1. Pretty sure we can both agree not to talk about this one.
Never again.
Who gives a shit? Moving on.
Herbie Farmworth still shit.
Scored a try.
Doesn't matter. Let 3 in.
Titans versus Knights. 3-2. Don't even have to move for this one. 1.
Did you what? Like, did you?
I did watch this game. Yeah.
Fucking hell, tough life.
Yeah, Titans look pretty good. They fucking dominated them.
Yeah, righto.
Maybe there's a bit of life to the Titans.
Ugh, don't think so.
We'll see. Next game of the week, Eels versus Bulldogs, 3-2-1. What do you want to do?
Oh, I know there's one thing we kind of want to do.
Yeah,
but
let's go.
Yeah, we'll go.
No, we don't punch down.
Last chance.
0-3 Parramatta. You're fucking 0-3. You're not coming 5th to 8th, all right?
Do they have a bye anytime soon?
They need one.
They dead set might not be
They're that bad, they'd fucking lose to the bye.
I was going to say, they're going to struggle to get the bye.
Honestly.
Did St George get the bye this week?
They just beat the bye by 2 points.
Of the Dragons and
Yeah.
just getting the bye. I did say Dragons would be 0-3 this
Yeah.
week. Didn't know they had a bye.
I thought the Eels did look better, to be honest, but, they're still shit.
Yeah. No.
And Addo-Carr was just... he got his try and he celebrated like it was a fucking premiership. But I didn't think much of the game. I thought both teams looked very average.
Yeah, no. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Washed.
Last game of the week, we had Manly versus Raiders, 3-2-1. Yeah, nothing really to touch on. Raiders were dreadful.
Mainly just win at home again.
Raiders completed 6 sets in the first half.
Yeah, gross.
You know how bad that is?
I didn't watch it, thank fuck.
It was terrible. Kyra Weeks had probably the worst 5-minute stint of anyone I've ever seen.
Worse than Nick Haynes in the AFL last week?
Yeah, it was. It was worse. Shit, I tell you. So
Nick Haynes kicked the ball backwards.
this was worse. In 5 minutes, right, they would just target him with a high ball. They kicked one high ball to him, which he dropped. And then Brooks was like contesting it. It fell down over the goal line. Bullymore just comes over, puts it down for a try. Easiest try you've ever seen.
He loves scoring tries.
2 minutes later, they do the exact same thing. Weeks drops it again. Bullymore scores a fucking other one. 2 minutes. And then, so he's led in 2 tries in 2 minutes. And then something else happened and he fucked up again. Like it was like 5 minutes. He made 3 huge mistakes.
Get him off.
Yeah, Ricky would have fucking bit his head off.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the baby daddy, Ruben Garrick, he was my player of the week for NRL.
Yeah, okay.
The baby daddy scored 4 tries, I think it was. Or it was definitely 3. It was 26 points himself. So he beat the Raiders by himself, which was a pretty impressive feat. Had a baby the day before. And he was clearly the best player of the field. How often did you see his centre score 4 tries?
Was it a boy or a girl?
Probably a boy.
Congratulations.
Congrats. But yeah, that's all. Who was your player of the round?
My player of the round was Payne Haas.
Okay.
I know the game was a bit of a stinker, and I knew he was going to have a big game. Again, I actually captained him in my Supercoach because I knew he was going to run for it. And like I said, the last-minute try, that solid try, kind of reminded me of the 2014 George Burgess Grand Final try, how he just ran through the middle and the fullback was nowhere to be seen and just bowled him over anyway.
We have to touch on this. I put it on my Twitter, and just how's the effort from Ruben Cotter in that tackle?
Oh, my God.
What a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a winger, right? I was a winger back in the day, so I could clearly tackle and well. But that bloke's your captain, and that's the effort he's putting in. No wonder the club's in shambles.
Yeah, I feel like he was worked pretty hard. Like, all game he's got to work and defend the middle. But, yeah, I reckon he was just over it at that point. Yeah, poor Ruben, I think he was just a bit too tired, and he just saw Payne Haas coming and going, fuck this.
Fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, Cowboys.
You know, Peyton's getting all this shit on him and how he's the worst coach, needs to go. What about that? What about that effort from your players? That's
pretty lackluster.
What can the coach do there? It's pretty poor. If I was me, mate, I'd be fucking running him up Castle Hill like a dog in Townsville till he fucking spews.
Yeah, no, it's really bad there. But yeah, Payne Haas was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think they've just worked out how to play him with his minutes and stuff like that. And I think,
Carrigan suits him so well as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they are the Bash Bros at the moment with their offload and more athletic than your average big front rower.
He's pulling a lot of Daly M votes as well, Payne at the moment.
Certainly is.
Because he said what he does for his team, I don't think any other team in the comp have someone like him. Even for Noah Blake.
I think Ponga's leading the Daly M at the moment.
Yeah, well, no surprises. There's no one else to get votes off him.
True. Anything else you want to touch on before we get into it?
Nope. That is fine by me.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Big old recap.
Yeah, big recap. That's 50 minutes. All right, well, we're going to fly through this then. AFL run through. First game of the week, we have Essendon. We don't need these anymore. These are done. So, first game of the week, Essendon, $2.35 taking on Port Adelaide, $1.65, line 6.5. How do you feel this one's going?
I don't think Port Adelaide should be that short.
Yep.
I don't know. This Essendon could turn up and beat Port Adelaide. I don't think I've seen enough from Port Adelaide. Haven't seen enough from Essendon either, but I don't think those odds reflect how the game will go, personally. In Melbourne.
No,
in Melbourne?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at Melbourne. Melbourne, yeah. No, I'm with you. Essendon have been like all effort. They have tried really hard. And they're making slight, defensive poor reads and things like that. But you can't deny that they're trying. And they do have like a bit of talent, speed.
That's right. A lot of their backlines are new too.
Yeah. And you're right. Port Adelaide got fucking dusted the first round.
That's right.
So, no, I could see them definitely winning. I think Port Adelaide probably got a little bit more, talent right now. Yeah. But yeah, I think it'd be a pretty close match.
Wouldn't be surprised if that's a real close game.
Horny anytime?
Absolutely.
They are giving him poison odds recently.
I know. Because they keep...
He was against Richmond, but...
They keep throwing him at full forward for a stint. As soon as they see him there in a matchup at full forward, they go, all right, he's a forward now.
He was paying $1.20 versus Richmond anytime goal.
That's so bad. Sportsbet. What's the fucking go with
Sportsbet
lately?
Awful.
Like, what's $1.40 for Jesse Arthurs and shit to score?
Stamp Stone Street, $1.40 on Sportsbet. What the fuck is going on there at the moment?
I mean, I know it's their job to score tries, and you've got good teams against shit teams.
Yeah.
But, like, even in the AFL, like, if they're not a fucking full-time forward, like, Bobby Hill, I can get around being, like, $1.10, $1.20. He doesn't leave the 50 half the time, but fuck me dead.
Yeah, it's their odds
I
have been...
think Dacos was like $1.65. Nick Dacos.
Yeah, their odds have been disturbing recently. I think you got to look elsewhere. I love Sportsbet. Sponsor us.
Please.
But
I'll suck you off.
but it's just terrible.
Yeah, nah, I fucking... Mate,
that's a good point.
A nightmare. You know
no, it's a good point because I've been thinking it all week as well. Like it's crazy some of the pricing going around at the moment.
Bet365. Once you get rid of... Is it Doug Baldwin? One of the Baldwin brothers was on Bet365 ads for a while. Get us on there.
The Baldwin?
I'm 99%
sure. Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. I do remember that.
Elephant memory.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, next to the game of the week. This is the Friday night game.
Ugh.
Good match. Carlton, $1.95. Western Bulldogs, $1.85. Line, 2.5.
I have to agree, I think.
I like this match.
Yeah.
Great match.
I mean, you just that's the thing. You never fucking know with either of these two teams.
Yeah.
Carlton, like, they're supposed to be good, but they're shit.
Mm-hmm.
Western Bulldogs, I thought were supposed to be shit, but have been good.
Can the Bulldogs backline lock down Curnow, Mackay probably back in, I would have to assume. Can they lock them down? They couldn't do Darcy. They did pretty well with like the Collingwood forward line last week.
Well, this is what we're touching on now. Let's see how Sam Darcy goes with the Wiedering playing on him if they go to him. But I don't know. That's a hard one to sort of talk about because I'm pretty intrigued to see how it's going to go. It'll be a fun one to review, that's for sure.
Well, if I think the Dogs can dominate them around contests. Like they killed Collingwood around contests with their handball game and their running and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think they could do that to Carlton as well. We've seen like Hawthorn did it to Carlton pretty badly. I've seen it a few times. So if Libba and that play like they did last week, I think they'll put a bit of damage on it potentially.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what to say. It's going to be an interesting game for
Who do you think's more reliable?
I reckon the Dogs are.
Dogs are for me too.
I think Carlton can be...
They're rocks and diamonds. Like they could be really good.
So I think Carlton on their day is better than Bulldogs on their day.
Yeah.
Even with Bontempelli.
But... Yeah, we'll see. This is on Tuesday, so team list aren't out for AFL. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they got any ins coming back. Lob's probably going to play on either Curnow or Mackay.
Yep.
I think it's a pretty good matchup.
Yep.
I favour Doggies slightly. I think Price is pretty bang on.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's keep it moving. We have next game of the week. This has to be the Saturday morning game.
There's some like tough games to pick this week, just quietly.
Yeah, it's pretty close odds. So for this game, we have Melbourne $1.90 versus Gold Coast $1.90. Line 2.5. This one is in Melbourne, so questions on Gold Coast potentially.
I know there's the old wives' tale about Gold Coast not winning it away from home, but I think I've seen enough from Gold Coast so far. Oh, again, I didn't rate early that they're a much stronger unit than they have been in previous years.
Okay.
And after seeing what Melbourne dished up against North on the weekend, I'm scared for Melbourne. So they got a lot to prove and bounce back. But I think Gold Coast, I'm actually favouring Gold Coast. I know it's away, but fuck, that midfield is elite.
Yeah, they move the ball really, really well. Like
Rowley's just on another level. He's playing
Yeah.
for some big contract. Love took Miller, Anderson.
This is going to be a great game because Gold Coast best players are in the midfield. Melbourne's best players are clearly in the midfield too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like balls going at each
and
other.
no one can kick goals for Melbourne. That's why they're not winning
Yeah.
games, putting points
They don't
on
have
the
big
board. 'Cause
points,
They haven't
yeah.
got any points in them.
Yeah.
And even down back, I don't know how well they're going to match up on King and Long and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I'm going to wrap with Gold Coast, man.
Okay. Yeah, I think Gold Coast can just deliver it off halfback with speed. And yeah, I like Gold Coast here too. I think it'd be a pretty close match. You know, line shows you that as well. But yeah, I'd probably favour the Gold Coast slightly.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Next game of the week, we have St Kilda, $1.25, Richmond, $4, Lion, 25.5. How do you feel about this one?
I feel emotionless, I suppose.
It's not much really here, is it?
That'll be what? That'll be the 4 o'clock
Yep.
game?
Yep.
Good, because I'll be fucking busy.
Yeah, I'm not watching this. Couldn't give a fuck.
Nah, I'll throw a few bonus bets on Richmond potentially.
If St Kilda don't win last week, they're not $1.25 here. They're probably like $1.40, $1.50.
Jack McRae will have 35.
Yep.
Fucking the King brother, the good King brother will have 3.
You know what would be just deplorable if St Kilda don't kick more than like 80 points here, which they probably won't.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see Richmond come out and fucking go berserk again, but also not.
No, I think St Kilda win. I wouldn't play them ever in my life.
Nope.
Next game of the week, we have, and what a banger. And I'm kind of surprised by the odds of this. Hawthorn, $1.50, taking on GWS, $2.65, line 12.5. I wouldn't price GWS $2.65 against a fucking soul in the world.
Fuck Hawthorn.
Okay.
I'm done with them.
Oh, they're good, man. They are good.
That's why I hate them, because they're good
and
they're loud and they're fun, but they beat the Swans and I just can't get around them.
I like Hawthorn. I do.
That's all right. I've always loved them. I don't know why all of a sudden I don't like them. I think it's just because they beat us in round 1.
I don't know about this price, though. Like, I mean, what am I missing?
Don't know.
What am I missing?
I mean, Hawthorn have looked great in every game.
Yeah.
Giants haven't looked. I mean, they were tested by Melbourne. I don't know. I feel like all these odds are getting judged by like how they've done against other teams.
It's week to week, and we haven't had enough data to
How the fuck do you predict the AFL of late? Like, look who's been what's been happening in games. Like North beating Melbourne, fucking West Coast giving it to Brisbane for like a half a game.
I'm sniffing on GWS here big time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hawthorn are a great team for sure.
Yeah, they're hot, and it's at home.
I don't think it matters to GWS. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to want to. I think this is a big game for them.
Yeah,
I think they're going to want to go out and prove that they are like the contender that everyone thinks they are.
Yeah.
And I think they win this game. I do.
That's great.
They've got. I mean, Hawthorn got a great backline who have done very, very well to start this year. But good luck locking down Cadman, Hogan. I think they're back.
Well, that's what I mean.
Stringer.
Full strength and full strength.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome to see. Plus, it's going to be Stringer's first game potentially.
Who could you price GWS $2.65 again? Like with a full squad? Literally, I don't think you could do anyone.
No,
I really don't.
And I think GWS have enough players down back to match Hawthorn's forward line.
Yeah, for sure.
And potentially, I mean, Hawthorn midfield have looked great, but I still think GWS is better.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the odds. I can understand Hawthorn favouritism, but like maybe like $1.75 to $1.80.
Yeah, $1.50 is pretty short.
That's very short. I'm gonna have a play on GWS in some sort. I don't know if it'll be at the line or head to head, but
yeah, nice.
Love them this week. Next game of the week, we have Brisbane $1.48 take on Geelong, $2.65 line, 13.5. Potential out for Thomas Stewart. He's been training, so he may play.
Yep.
Bailey Smith is touted to come back in, most likely. Brizzy unchanged, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I don't think I'll probably tune in. I mean, it's got the potential to be a great game, but also a stinker, governed off what we saw Geelong dish up last week.
Well, Brizzy weren't great against West Coast either.
That's what I mean, but I don't know.
I think they'll both be better for it.
Has potential.
This is the opening round remake.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they were supposed to have the bye, I believe, both of them, or one of them. I think both. But yeah, same as I felt in the opening round, I feel like this is a bit of a wide line.
Yeah, it's funny. Like when we looked at it last week or weeks before when there was round 0, I was like, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Like the best team from last year. And like obviously Geelong had all the big preseason hype. But I honestly not really getting around it this time around.
Yeah, I think this is the same price pretty much that it was in opening round. And I've seen enough from Geelong to think that like last week was a bit of an outlier result. I think they're better than what they showed last week. And I think I think they'll do good against Brizzy. I think it'd be a competitive match. I don't really understand Geelong being this wide. So
Yeah, it's been such a funny season already. I honestly can't pick it. That's a tough one to tip, let alone fucking bet on.
at the Gabba is probably
Right,
it's fair enough. So, great game. Really excited for that one. Next game of the week we have Adelaide $1.11 taking on North Melbourne $7 line 40.5.
Come on.
North Melbourne haven't won at Adelaide Oval. I heard a crazy stat. Is it ever or like it's multiple decades? If it's not,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, like I said, Adelaide at home. Adelaide are going to score. I think I'm going to put.
They're putting up big numbers.
Well, I was going to say they score 100 points.
Yeah.
I'm saying they score 100 points easily. I don't even know what that margin.
I think they would be scoring 100 points. Yeah.
I don't think the odds will be that great, but I think they'll score 100 points. I think this could be like a potential 137 to 70 game, sort of like they did last week with St Kilda.
Yeah, I wonder what the total line is here. Could get a bit of value there.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, Adelaide are fucking showing awesome signs.
Yeah.
North, I mean, we love North. I don't think they're going to beat Adelaide at home.
No, very hard to beat Adelaide at home for sure. I agree. North $7 is like they're better than a $7 team at the current moment, but Adelaide should win this match.
Is that off sports bet?
I can't remember. I just bet sniper.
Yep.
Um,
And then we got West Coast Freo in the last game of the
last game of the week. West Coast $4 taking on Freo $1.27. The line of the battle of the West line 24.5. Couldn't give a fuck.
No, it's just fucking. I'm glad it's the last Sunday fucking stinker of a game.
Just couldn't care about this game, really.
Fucking Freo are boring and shit. West Coast suck. Yeah, good idea, guys.
West Coast haven't impressed me whatsoever. Freo should bash them here, I reckon.
No, and it'll be the worst commentary team in the AFL doing it as well.
Freo will probably win dominantly with 60 points. That's how they've been playing. It's they'll dominate, but they'll kick like 10 goals, and that's it.
Boring.
Yeah, Freo's going to win for one.
I think so too.
All right. Let's keep it moving. NRL run through. Let's get into it. South Sydney. What does that number say?
That's
$3.65 versus Penrith, $1.35. Line 11.5. Thursday night game here.
11.5? Fucking jeez, the boys are getting around South. Come on.
How do you feel about this game?
Oh, I don't know. Like
Cleary's out.
Every fucking week, like I said, I feel like I'm seeing signs from South. Go on.
So I remember the team list. They named Jack Cole and they named Trent Talau at 7, and they've named Blaze Slungy at 14, and they've named fullback. Fuck, who was it?
Be Dane Laurie, wouldn't it?
Is Dane Laurie's back? Yeah. And then they've put the kid that played fullback last week, Tom Jenkins, I think it was.
Yep.
Matt, into the centres.
Okay, so who's that leave? Where are the good players? I'm trying to think where the good players
Alamoti's on the wing. Or they've named Alamotti on the wing.
They've got Isaac
and Tungo on the other side. And To'o.
And then they got Liam Martin. They got Casey McLean.
No, he's out.
Okay, so they got... Okay, so yeah, okay.
So it's pretty much... Yeah, it's an interesting squad.
Is it, again, it's not at that... It's not at... Well, Bluebet's closed anyway. But
I think South's home.
Yeah, so it's at Home Bush. Not that it matters too much. It's fucking Home Bush.
Yeah.
I do feel better about that. And to be fair, like, Souths are showing me signs. I'm starting to believe... I mean, I've always believed in Souths, but I've been hurt over the last few years. It's heartbreaking. Like I said, I'm still recovering from the losses of the injuries at the start of the year, but... Souths are going to win.
Okay.
And that is not being
okay.
I think they're going to get it done.
Okay.
I have seen enough from Jamie Humphries. Yeah. AJ's back.
That's true.
He never scores at fucking ANZ. Yeah. I think he's scored the most tries at ANZ, has he not?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, well, mate, he's fucking scored the most in NRL, so I'd say so.
Yeah.
He's not far off that too, mind you, Ken Over. I reckon he's got at least 10, 15 to
he's
go.
the top try scorer in the NRL.
I'm
pretty sure he's the number one try scorer in the NRL.
No, I don't think he has. I think he's real close to beating Ken Irvine, has he not?
I was almost certain that he's the top try scorer.
Now that you're saying it, I feel like you're right. But
yeah, I'm pretty
why
sure
is it not
has.
the Alex Johnson Trophy then?
Well, it should be.
We'll touch it.
If they give me Alex Johnson like over plus money, I'm playing that every day of the week.
Do you want me to quickly look?
Yeah, have a look right now. I mean, coming back in.
Should I look on Sportsbet or a real bookie?
Yeah.
I'll look on Sportsbet because we're touching on Sportsbet.
It'll be a bit high. We know it'll be a bit high.
I'll compare it to 365.
Yeah. And he's going to be... I mean, my issue with AJ is he's on the inside of Jack Whiten, who hates to pass. What do you got?
Alex Johnson's $1.95 on Sportsbet.
Oh, well, that means he's at least $2.30 on Bet365.
Wow.
That's getting played 100%.
Wow.
And I'll be sending Jack White 50,000 messages during the week saying, fucking pass the final ball.
He's paying $3.50 to score. That's on
sports.
Probably because Penrith are the favourites, so they've got Penrith here.
But they are, but they've been conceding a lot of points.
Yeah. Fuck it, South win. Let's fucking go South.
Okay, go South. I think Penrith win, but I think South will put up a bit of a show here. All right, next game of the week we have Roosters. $1.55. Sorry, my numbers are very small here.
But you just fucking inflate those, brother, because I've got mine juiced up here.
Much better. Roosters $1.55 taking on the Gold Coast Titans. $2.35. Line 4.5. Thoughts?
Don't know. I mean, I reckon you are going to love the Titans because you're a fucking sucker for the Titans who are arse, and I hate the Roosters who are arse. So
we can get a round of Titans
I think we can get around a Titans play here potentially.
Titans win this match. Multi them with Rabbitohs. Thursday, Friday.
That's the
Doug's double.
Doug's double.
Doug's
$15.
Doug's quadruple.
We'll put that on double. We'll go the Titans. The first double bet. We'll fucking get a loser. Just on that, actually, we'll get into Doug's doubles eventually, but we're probably going to look at maybe putting them on double for the people to follow. Yeah. Obviously, it's hard to sort of get the odds juiced at this time of the week, but we'll touch on that eventually. But I reckon Titans are a little nice play.
Roosters haven't looked great. They have not looked great. And they look offensively, they look clunky. They're not scoring big points like they used to. Titans are pretty awful defensively, but they have a lot of points in them. They got points in them, man. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Titans win this match.
Points fest?
Absolutely.
That was me pointing. You got a point back, but
Points fest.
Spider-Man meme.
Total. Okay, ready? This is what we're going to do. Titans win this game. Titans win
38.
Total
20.
points over 45.5. Titans win. Bang.
Yeah, I like it.
Bang.
Okay.
Keanu Kinney's out. Also. Jalen DeGroote's in. He
was 17 fullbacks.
Exactly. If there's one thing they're not short of, it's a fullback.
Parrott's still playing for. I'm pretty sure.
I think
both teams do.
What's Jaden Campbell's dad's name? Preston. I think he's coming back as well.
Preston. Another great headgear wearer.
So Titans win this match for mine. Next game of the week: Brisbane $1.18. Dolphins $4.60. Line 13.5.
Points fest again. Broncos win with Payne Haas. I love Payne Haas. I'm going to say 28-8.
That's a big price.
No, it's not. They should be fucking more.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
In the Battle of the Queensland?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you see the Dolphins getting many points past Broncos pack? And can you see the Dolphins? I mean, bro, they've been fucking...
Everyone's playing fucking chess, though, at the moment.
Sorry, I'm not going to cop that. I fucking watched half of the Dolphins Tigers, and the fucking Tigers are scoring tries down that side.
I agree with you. I think they've been poor, and I think... particularly the Hammer needs to get involved.
Why did they swap Herbie Farnworth, by the way?
He was always. I mean, last year he was with Bostock on the left side. I don't know why he was playing on the right. I don't know.
Okay.
I think he was just filling a gap. But Bostock's back now, so
yeah,
they are lethal together. They really are. They are a very good combo.
The Pommies.
Yeah, and Bostock's not a Pommie.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
100% he is.
100% he's not.
Want to make a bet?
Yes. 100% not a Pommie. He's a South Coast boy.
Same shit, isn't it?
$100 on it right now.
No, I'm not putting $100 on it because I don't know enough.
But Katoni Staggs is back for Brizzy, which I think is big.
The cunt's from fucking Fig Tree.
Yeah, I told you.
My town.
Yeah, I told you he's a South Coast boy.
Town.
But Katoni Staggs back in for Broncos is very, very big. They've dropped Dean Mariner. Pretty stiff, but they've dropped him. Shibasaki on the other side.
Wow, we thought it was the other way around.
I think it's going to be... The matchup will be Staggs and Cobbo on the right versus Farnworth and Bostock on the left. I think that's a fucking great matchup.
Don't expect Cobbo to score a try with fucking Staggs and he's inside again.
It's a sick matchup.
Yep.
And these games are always very, very good. Do you remember the Brizzy versus Dolphins last year? Staggs did that runaway to win the game, and then he did the old... This is our place.
Sure.
Fuck, this is going to be a good match. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know. This was a little bit wide to me.
No, now that you've said it, I've come back to earth.
They'll turn up. They'll both turn up for this match, so I think it'll be very good. I say Brisbane win, but I don't think it'll be by much.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Next game of the week, we have St George, $2.45, taking on Melbourne Storm, $1.45. Line 7.5, I'm assuming, because I don't do them in one, so 7.5. What do you got? What do you got?
Oh, look. Having all the injuries out with the Storm, it gives the Dragons a sniff, but I just fucking cannot wait to see the fucking Dragons lose. I hope they do. Fuck all you Dragons fans out
The
there.
Storm lineup is very, very interesting. Like, they've got Grant Anderson in the centres.
I know.
Famini.
But they...
And they've got Wishy in halfback. So it's not like they're losing.
That's what I mean. It's the Storm. Next man up, mate.
Yeah, they're not losing much.
They got fucking Pezzett. They got Wishart.
I'm gonna play Storm -7.5. I don't think there's any way they don't win by more than 7.5 here.
I love it. I can talk about that all day of the week.
If maybe they had one less injury, how are they anything less than a double-digit line here?
Yeah.
St George they're not that bad, but they are pretty bad.
Yeah, well, their pack sucks compared to the Storm. They still got Grand Munster out there, don't they?
Munster, Grant.
Yeah, they're laughing. Yeah, righto. 7's, I like that.
That's low.
Let's hope the Storm just fucking obliterate the fucking Dragons.
I think it's a chance.
Yeah.
All right, we like that. Next game of the week, Cowboys $1.90 taking on the Raiders, $1.90 line, 0.5. This one up at Country Bank Stadium in my neck of the woods in Townsville. I'm not sure how Cowboys are $1.90 to anyone.
Surely the Raiders at fucking -1.5 gets them to $2. That's a fucking Doug's double candidate right there.
on its own, yeah.
Do I trust the Raiders to get it over the line for me? Absolutely fucking not.
Do you trust the Cowboys to not win?
I trust them to lose by 100.
Yeah. I don't understand. I mean...
It's the Todd Payton Bowl. Raiders
were bad beyond words, like on Sunday night against Manly, but... they can't dish that up again. There's a very slim chance they dish that up again.
Nah, it's fucking shit. That's bad.
I would not touch Cowboys at $1.90. I think Raiders are the side all day here.
Is that the Saturday night headliner? Or maybe it's a Saturday night I don't know.
Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, God. There's 3 games on Sunday. No, it's 2 games on Sunday. Maybe that's the 5:30 slot.
Is there 4 games?
Thursday, there might be 2 Friday night games potentially.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's not. I was going to say that's...
Yeah, that's a stinker if that's a Saturday night game.
Yeah.
So this is the Saturday night game. Sharks $1.30 taking on Bulldogs $3.80. Line 11.5. I think Sharks just fucking keep rolling. My boys are just going to keep fucking rolling. Nico Hines, look, he's been good. He's actually been good. I'm going to give him credit because I normally give him shit. He's been really good the last few weeks. Tricky Trindle's a fucking star. He is worth every fucking cent of that 600-700, whatever we gave him. He's a star. Mate, I don't care.
You fucking beat a depleted South Side and 2 of your tries were fucking full length of the field tries.
Exactly.
And you reckon they're going to beat the Bulldogs who are...
Yeah, we are just moving the ball with confidence. We've got talent. We've got big boys. Hazelton's back. He's going to fucking barnstorm.
Oh, fuck. I would love
Who's going to stop him? Fucking Josh Curran? Good luck, buddy. You going to stop AFB? Good luck, buddy. They're going to fucking steamroll him, mate.
Oh, I really want to fucking get against that. But yeah, I mean, the Sharks should win. I like it. I'm happy for you. Sharks are doing well.
Yep. And at Shark Park, we are fucking unbeatable.
Yeah, tough to beat at Shark Park.
Good luck. Saturday night, Bulldogs, you're fucking gone.
Actually, just touching on that, all the fucking Sharks fans out there touching up on fucking Reggie Rabbit. What's the fucking go there? He's fucking 80 years old. He's a club legend. Fucking Reggie Rabbit was at my sister's fucking christening, for Christ's sake. He's the nicest bloke in the NRL, and you got some fucking dweeb from fucking Cronulla pushing and shoving him. Reggie should have fucking belted his fucking head off. What's the go there? They're talking about it on SEN breakfast. Poor old Reggie, and the best part about it is Reggie goes, I don't think I've done anything wrong, but if I did, I'm sorry for it. Fuck that, Reggie. Wipe down in your mouth guard and have a fucking go.
I posted about it on Twitter. I said, I've never seen anyone who's like actually been underneath the mascot gear, but when he took his fucking mascot head off, I said, that's exactly the bloke that I've been picturing to be under the fucking mascot.
I didn't even know Reggie Rabbit wasn't real until last year. That was the worst. Having all those poor kids out there who had to fucking see, it's like, you know...
That's one of the funniest news stories of the year.
Reggie Rabbit, get off his back.
Fucking someone should sign him to like a fucking boxing fight or something. Like that.
Fuck that. I would love to see a picture of the fucking bird who had a fucking sook about it.
God, that's funny.
Get back to old Jersey, fucking
Reggie Rabbit.
So good. Keep going, Reggie. Fuck everyone.
Yeah, it's a good call.
How dare they?
Next game of the week we have Manly.
Reggie Rabbit.
Manly, $1.18, taking on the Eels, $5.10, line 16.5. This one at Four Pines. Eels, mate, DCE could have signed to the Eels for 15 years. I think he still would. That put 60 on him here.
Yeah, like I said, Brookvale, I'm going to say over 30 points total for the...
This is the flat track bully smash spot of the week.
This is it, 100%.
Like, Manly do not lose at 4 Pines, and they normally win by about 40, and Eels are dog shit. So if my calculations are correct, Eels are going down by 60 again.
By dot the R,
Yeah.
it is, Manly 60, Eels 4.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Lomax will score a try. And he'll get fucking three votes again. Parrot Cave as player of the week, which I've been watching very closely.
Yeah.
How does he keep getting votes?
I don't know. He's terrible.
Only bloke scoring points because he fucking kicks the one conversion.
Because he scores a try, he gets 3 points. Don't worry about the
That's how
fucking
bad
three
they
that you let in.
I know. That's fucking awful. Fuck the
Whoever's
Eels.
playing left wing is going to get at least 2 tries here.
Fucking, yeah. You could dead set score on the left wing for Manly this week.
Yeah, I might actually lace up this week. I don't know. See if they might need me.
16 and a half. Fucking hell.
Yeah, they're going to dominate Eels. I can't wait to see it. Next game of the week, Tigers $1.61 versus the Warriors $2.20. Line 3.5.
That's where you make your lunches for the week. Turn that one off.
Yeah, that's.
I'll be in the kitchen making my lunches because that is a stinker.
Yeah.
Don't bet on it. Don't even fucking look at it.
Now, Warriors travelling is never ideal.
Sunday Arvo, that could be
a Leichhardt.
The old Leichhardt, sorry, the old Leichhardt special.
Yeah, it could be.
Robbie Farah on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'd have no idea how you even be interested in betting this one.
No, unless you're a Tigers fan.
Even them, I don't think.
Nah, no fucking way.
I don't know how you get to $1.61 on the Tigers.
I think the Tigers
in any
will
matchup.
win. They've actually been somewhat promising. Love the fucking...
Yeah, I'd actually love that
Yeah, I love
celebration.
that. I
Who
hate
did
that
it? It was Appy this week, wasn't it?
Fucking... I mean, Taruba does it, but yeah, I don't know. I rate it.
Appy did. I saw him after he did get the game winner. Fucking
You got to get around the Tigers. They've been shit forever. I feel bad for them,
Yeah,
but...
yeah. I mean, they got a few unlikable fucking dog cunts in their team. But
Taruba.
can we just touch on quickly as well? Terrell May, what has gone... Like, there's something that's gone on there, right? At the Roosters.
I reckon... The Roosters.
Like, they let him go.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
There has to be something behind the scenes that's gone on there.
I feel like there's something behind the scenes with all the May brothers at all times, isn't
No,
there?
that's a pretty good call, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's really gone on the brain department. Don't bash me. I don't know. But
I think you'll be all right because
Yeah.
you're not a woman.
I'm not in fucking France either, so that's good.
Yeah, anyway.
Actually, that's a good one. I didn't think,
yeah,
nice.
you'll be all right.
Not bad.
Yeah, you're not in their
That's a fucking
demographic.
good one.
Tigers win. Warriors just haven't impressed me yet.
Sorry, Was.
But I will give a shout out to Chance Nickel Clodstad. I give him a lot of shit, but he had a good game last week. Let's see if he can go 2 in a row.
Yep.
Spoiler, he won't.
Fuck, that's good. Yeah, spoiler. It's fucking shit.
Yeah, I didn't say it, but he won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, shit game at the end of the week. That's a shame.
That's a fucking good one.
Doug's double chat. Kick it off.
We're going to start bringing that spoiler.
Yeah.
That's good. Doug's double chat. All right, obviously,
Tell the people what they
it's
wanna
another
know.
fucking heartbreaking week. Guys, I will never apologise for the losses. I'll only ever celebrate the wins. Like they say in the Wolf of Wall Street.
That's a good bloke, sure.
Do not judge me on my losers. Sorry, do not judge me on my winners. Judge me on my losers because I have so few.
Yeah.
And what you've seen doesn't happen very often with winning losses. To be fair, of course, and like any fuckwit would say, I killed it on the weekend on the punt. Just couldn't get the one that mattered most, being the double. So obviously, I had Collingwood minus 6.5, I think, and they won by 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah.
So it missed it by a point, maybe 2 points.
Yep.
And they fucking had it in the bag. Like I said, we can complain all we want and how they missed 17 shots in the fourth quarter.
And Brizzy looked every bit of that.
And to be fair,
$1.05.
and like that's what I mean. Imagine if fucking Collingwood had won anyway. That would have been the sweatiest bet, mate. Fuck. Honestly, it's a shame that Collingwood didn't cover it because that would have been an all-timer.
Yeah.
For like all the people getting into me until that end, that would have been a huge ride. I saw it in lights, like that meme with the bloke who's got the champagne in the middle celebrating, and then it pans out, and he's like 15. That would have been me celebrating that multi-win, but
we'll get it across.
it's a fucking loser.
Do you have anything for this week?
To be honest, like I said, it's been a big weekend for me, and I think I need to rethink my strategies.
Okay.
I think having it on the Tuesday, you get the pros of having the boosted prices with lines and try scorers. Obviously, things will come in late. But I think what I'm going to do going ahead will be announcing it Thursday when we release the podcast, pre-Thursday games, dropping it with the content and the post. So that way, like, people will see it and get on it with a similar price. I feel like potentially the ones in previous weeks might not get the same odds.
Yep.
I'll get it on Dabble. I'm going to start doing that. So if you fucking want to keep losing your money or winning, it's going to be winning this week. follow it on Dabble. We'll share that, I think, from now on. But also, I'll post on Instagram on the Provide Picks page.
Yep.
So we'll stay tuned for the Doug's Double. Of course, Walker Golf Things have just dropped a fucking new merch drop. It is unreal.
The Greenskeeper collection.
I've got some gear. Haven't paid for it, obviously, because we're fucking sponsored. They've sent it out. More is coming. We'll get that hanging up in the bleachers. But thanks to them. So, guys, again, if you're watching, please get on the Walker Golf Things. We've actually had a fair bit of influx.
Yeah, an influx.
An influx of purchases with our with our code ProvidePicks15.
Good to hear.
A golf.
When am I seeing that money?
Well, look.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
Well, you're going to have to take that with Walker Golf Things, mate. Me and Walker Golf Things are going on like a house on fire. That's good. Yeah, I got to get my cut, mate. You know, the money goes to you.
Fair.
That's right. This is my time to shine now.
Sorry.
But no, so guys, always give their website and their socials a look. Like I said, they just dropped a new merch drop, and it is fucking awesome gear.
Mint.
It is actually really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, their fucking gear is super nice, and like I said, they hook up with some big companies. I'm looking at getting myself a nice pair of Adidas Walker Golf collaborated shoes, which are incredible. Again, find them on the Instagram, give them a follow. They're good Aussie guys. We love them, and they love us, obviously. So, yeah, stay tuned for Doug's Double.
Code ProvidePicks15 at Walker Golf Things.
Let's go.
That'll get you 50% off, and you'll help the boys out. So, support us. I'm going to give a shout out, to Prop Insights. Provide 10 will give you 10% off, and Bet Sniper code affiliate 20 will get you 20% off. So, if you're interested in being a more informed punter and a knowledgeable punter.
Like us.
You need the stats. So, Prop Insights, Bet Sniper. It'll be in the description. Make sure you read it all there. Doug's Joke of the Week. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I was just sort of, I actually, being a bit of a comedian myself, obviously, I was like creating a few jokes in my head. I looked up a few, trying to make a few alterations. I've got one.
Yep.
I'm just going to...
Because the last one did really well on social media. I'll give you that.
Yes, did it really?
Yeah, the Owen who? Owen 2?
Owen 2.
It got about 60. It's about 70,000 views.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess.
So let's hope this 2 for 2.
All right, so I got a joke.
Yes.
All right. So a bloke walks into a beauty salon. He's a Collingwood supporter, and the guy says, "Mate, I need you to fix my face." And the beauty therapist goes, "Come again?" And he goes, "No, not this time. It's just clear glue." Come. Is it come and get it? Because
I get it.
I thought it's pretty funny.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really have any sort of.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Well, I saw like another joke, and it had something to do like. Anyway, I'm not even going to repeat it. I thought mine was funny. But,
I'll take that to the viewers. We'll see.
Yeah. So
could be.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I thought was it well presented?
Yeah, it was. I just wasn't. I don't know what.
It takes you a second. Then you go, "Come again?" No, actually, mate, it's actually clear glue.
Yep, got that. Okay. Doug's Joke
it's
of the Week.
sticky and it's
Doug's Joke of the Week. Yeah, let's see.
Bad.
Let's see if we go 2 for 2. See what the viewers think of that one. Before we check out, this camera's about to die, so I'm going to get through this really quickly. Provide picks recap. We had a pretty average week on AFL. We missed 0-2. I had pies 7.5, and I also had the mixed day bet, which if you're damn mixed day, lock your fucking doors because it does a hit out on you. And 3 for 3 in NRL. Had a few good ones. Had a few pretty poor misses really. Like could have had a much better week across the board, but that's variance. Things are going to happen. So not a huge loss there. So it doesn't really matter. Things in the works. We have a live stream challenge coming up that we really want to do around Easter. That's going to have some legs. We're pretty excited for that, and also we are going to be watching the games live and doing live streams of that as well, hopefully in the next few weeks.
The TikTok dance that I haven't forgotten, that will come with Doug's double post, I think, this week.
Yeah, I like that. So, there's plenty in the pipeline. So, make sure you go and follow the Instagram at Provide Picks, Twitter at Provide Picks, TikTok at Provide Picks, everything at Provide Picks. Go over there and follow it. Give your boy.
Alright, that's me done. Let's get some fucking